Our regular Thursday panel of former Victorian Liberal Party President Michael Kroger, former Labor Cabinet Minister Stephen Conroy. Gentlemen, great to see you as always. Stephen, the working group on the referendum for the Voice, it's meeting as we speak. Peter Dutton is attending via a Zoom link. The Prime Minister convened it a couple of hours ago. How are you feeling about where this is at? It does look a bit precarious in parts ahead of the referendum later this year, Stephen.
Yeah, look, the interventions by, the Greens and Lydia Thorpe and a few of the other more extreme Indigenous activists is sending a real vote no message to the broader Australian community, and particularly when they addressed, tens of thousands of people who attended rallies on Australia Day opposing the Australia Day date. And so, if I was a government, I'd be nervous about the erosion on the left of the support for the Voice. So I think the government would hope, and I think Albanese wrote to Dutton in the last day or so, calling on him to sit down, negotiate, reach an agreement around the Voice. And it'll be interesting to see how Dutton addresses that. He's on the negative, let's just make sure we can quietly find any excuse to help sink this. But the more fundamental issue is that Lydia Thorpe is running rogue on Adam Bant. He can't control her. He's lost control of his parliamentary team, and she is like a guided Exocet missile trying to sink the yes vote.
Yeah, it's not great for the Greens to try and have to navigate that. Yet Peter Dutton's got his own tricky sort of balancing act as well. You've got those vehemently opposed, but then the board for the Yes campaign includes a couple of very respected Liberal strategists in Tony Nutt and Mark Textor. Michael, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and they're very good friends of mine, and I rate them both extremely highly. Textor has been brilliant at Crosby Textor for decades, as we know, and Tony Nutt's one of the Liberal Party's greatest and most loyal and most successful servants. But I think they're both wrong on this issue. But this is part of our great democracy, and good luck to them for joining that board and advocating as they do. I hope the Voice does not succeed. I don't want Australia to be permanently divided by race. And you are now going to, if we incorporate the Voice mechanism into the Constitution, you'll have this country permanently divided by race. You'll have the First Nations Aboriginal Australians and you'll have the non-Indigenous Australians, and it will forever be thus. And John Howard always was the view that you can't basically have a treaty with yourself. You can't have, in the context of the treaty, but this is similar principle. You can't have a body advising the government about the rights of a separate part of Australia, because they're not separate part of Australia. It's one Australia. So I hope Peter listens carefully, which he will, but I hope in the end the parliamentary party says no.